Imagine having a tool that can only do one thing, but that single function is so clever and unique that you will not believe what this tool is capable of. And while it might look like some type of whoopee cushion, this thing is definitely no joke, and professionals all over the world use this tool every single day. This is the Air Shim, and it's capable of lifting 300 pounds. Now they make this thing in a couple of different models with different sizes for different jobs. The Air Shim is a type of bladder that's made of rubber, plastic, and it's got that inflatable bulb. Traditional wooden shims like these work fine around doors and windows when they're going to remain in place, but they can only fill in a gap of about a half an inch. The Air Shim can go from completely flat all the way to about 3 inches when it's completely inflated. On the back of the Air Shim are a number of directions, warnings, but there's also a secret, and it says it should never be used to circumvent locks. Now they're printing that because it does that job incredibly well. Here we've got my 2005 Toyota Tacoma, and I'm deliberately locking the keys inside the truck. And I'm certainly no lockpicking lawyer, but I won't need to be to get into this vehicle using the Air Shim. You just insert it between the door through the weather stripping, and you'll probably be surprised how easily it slides in. Then start pumping up the bulb, and in just a few seconds you can see what starts to happen to the door. And now I've got a clear opening right inside the truck. Now getting inside should be easy. I'm going to use one of these snow stakes, and I'm going to insert it into the gap, trying to go for the power lock button. And as you can see, it wasn't difficult at all, and I was inside my truck in less than 30 seconds. Pretty scary stuff, and a good reason to make sure you have an alarm and that you're always locking your car or truck up. And you might be surprised to learn that getting into vehicles isn't the reason you should own an Air Shim. It does a surprising number of things around the house that are really handy. Leveling appliances is a really lousy job because there's just no way to lift it up. But if you put the Air Shim under the middle, you inflate it a few times, and now that appliance is lifted right off the ground. And the directions say you should never put your hands underneath anything that's lifted because that bladder could actually burst, but it's certainly safe to put a wrench under there, and now you can easily turn those things and get your appliance level. Another trick is I've put a towel underneath the Air Shim, then inflated it off the ground, and I'm able to slide the appliance forward without those feet dragging and scratching the floor. Another job that can be a nightmare, especially when you're working by yourself, is trying to put in a door and make an adjustment to a hinge. And for many of us, we'll try to shove something underneath the door, but it's almost never the right size, and it can't get the hinge into the exact position. So now you can put that Air Shim in the same spot, but you can inflate it using your foot. And now you can get that hinge to exactly the right position, and you can put your screws into place. Oftentimes an older window can get stuck, and they can be a real pain to get open, but if you put the Air Shim into that gap and start inflating, it'll push the window open, and it certainly makes the job a lot easier. The best part about these Air Shims are they're incredibly useful, and they're actually affordable. This one only costs 15 bucks, and I use it all the time. And if you work alone a lot, it's definitely useful because it's kind of like a helping hand. Now, I don't recommend that you use it to enter any kind of vehicle, especially one that you don't own, and neither does the manufacturer. And if you already own and use these Air Shims and you're doing something with them that I didn't cover in this video, please let me know in the comments below. This is definitely one of those tools that's kind of hard to describe, but you'll find yourself using it all the time. So hopefully you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already for more videos coming up.